welcome back to our channel. I'm Dr. Amal from City Skin Clinic. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you're having a great start to the year. It's been some time since I last posted a video on this channel. It's been a really busy time as we've completed our pivot into the online skin clinic. It has been a fantastic opportunity to deliver personalized prescription strength skin treatments to people across the UK. Really proud of the work that we've done in getting it to this point, and the platform is growing, and there'll be some exciting updates soon. But anyway, new year, new me, so I thought I would continue to post on this channel, and it's going to be the same kind of mix of content, skin related, be it skincare, skin treatments, both surgical and non-surgical, aesthetic, so none of that is going to change in terms of content. So today I thought I'd kick off the year with something that's actually quite commonly asked, commonly searched for, and it's using tretinoin under the eyes. This is something that I do for quite a few of my patients, and I just thought I'd share a little bit about some of what we do. This is not meant to replace you speaking with your own doctor or medical practitioner, because again, what we do is tailored for each patient, but just to give you a general guideline on why people may use tretinoin under the eyes, what benefits they can expect, what side effects and things that can be problematic, and the ways that I generally recommend for my patients how to use it. Again, it's often tailored to each patient, but I'm just giving you an overview. So before we begin, if you are new to this channel, welcome, and if you're an existing viewer, welcome back, and thank you so much for all your support. So let's dive right in. I'm not going to tell you what tretinoin is, because if you've been following this channel or if you've read any of our blogs, you should know everything that you will probably want to know, but I have left some links below to some of our guides to tretinoin, and there's also a very popular video that we have on tretinoin. So with tretinoin, we know that for the skin, it's used for a variety of different things. So one is treating acne, hyperpigmentation is another, and melasma, either on its own or as part of an integrated protocol, sometimes with hydroquinone or arbutin or something like that. And it's also can be used to help with skin texture, with scarring, and of course, very importantly, it also is one of the very few topical treatments that can help with preventing skin aging and improving the physical signs of skin aging, like lines, wrinkles, crepiness, and thin skin. One of the key ways tretinoin works is that it increases cell turnover, and so that kind of exfoliates the outer layers of skin, and that's how it helps with smoothing and evening out skin tone, and also part of the way it treats acne. Another thing that it does do is it stimulates your own cells to make more collagen, and that's one of the ways that it achieves its anti-aging effects. It can also help stimulate vascularization, and again, that helps improve the quality of the skin. It makes it younger looking, firmer, smoother over time. So under the eyes, the main reason people, or reasons people may want to use tretinoin under the eyes is, number one, to treat fine lines and wrinkles, especially smile lines, to treat thinning of the skin and crepiness in this area, and also to brighten the under eyes, because it can help even out skin tone and help with hyperpigmentation, which can be tricky to treat with other things. So those are the kind of positives and the main reasons people want to use it. It sounds great so far, right? The big issue with using tretinoin, especially in a delicate area like the under eye areas, in this area the skin is incredibly thin, even at the best of times. It's very fragile, it's very unforgiving, and the eyes are obviously a very central part of your face, so it's somewhere that if you apply the wrong treatment or the wrong products, and you get a reaction, it's very visible, immediately noticeable, versus somewhere kind of like maybe here or somewhere less noticeable. And so one of the kind of the main risks and things that we're always careful about in using tretinoin in the under eye area is, number one, obviously the risk of irritation. So irritation with tretinoin can lead to things like dryness of the skin, a lot of flaking, but also if tretinoin isn't used correctly, that can lead to sores. It can lead to post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, make the skin darker. It can lead to, as a reaction, thickening of the skin in that area and a poor texture. And so, you know, really it's not, I don't want to discourage anyone, but I'm just saying it's something that when used correctly, it's fantastic. But if you're not using it carefully or correctly, then it can cause some major problems that are very hard to treat. And so generally with patients and with my patients, when I do recommend for them, for the ones that I do recommend they use tretinoin in the under eye area, I look for a few things. One is, firstly, if there is a history of kind of dermatitis, so any history of irritation in the under eye area, eczema, skin conditions like that, that puts them at an even higher risks of these problems. And so that's something that would kind of lean towards not doing that or changing the protocol and doing something very gently. The other thing is people who are more prone to hyperpigmentation, so especially people with skin of color. Again, tretinoin in that area, if the wrong strength or the wrong frequency is used or the wrong protocol, it can lead to darkening of the skin there as part of that inflammatory and irritating process. And so that's something you definitely want to avoid. And the other thing is, because tretinoin is so powerful, using it in that area, even in someone who isn't prone to hyperpigmentation, who doesn't have sensitive skin, who doesn't normally get irritation, the under eyes can be fragile and they can respond differently. So it's knowing that. Firstly, it's kind of making sure that the patient or the skin is right and appropriate for using the tretinoin in that area. Preferably there's a concern that we're trying to treat, so something like lines and wrinkles or hyperpigmentation. That's useful to know, because then we can measure the outcome. Sometimes people want to use it as part of age prevention, or just to improve the skin, the quality of the skin in the under eye area, and that's also fine. But again, being even more cautious with those people, because they don't have an existing problem, so you don't want to make things that are already fine worse. So how do I make sure, so once I think that someone would benefit from tretinoin in the under eye area, we use a very different protocol often to the rest of the face. So firstly, if they're already starting, so for the under eye area, you want to start on the lowest dose possible, because the skin there, like I said, it's much more sensitive and delicate. And so we often start on the lowest strength in the area. The other thing is we want to buffer the skin. Even at that lowest strength of tretinoin, we want to buffer the skin from kind of excess irritation or anything like that. And so one of the things to do is I would typically get a patient to, after cleansing and drying the skin, apply a thin layer of a rich moisturizing cream, or an eye cream, or a regular rich moisturizing cream, or a balm or something like that on the under eye area first. And then I would get them to apply no more than a rice grain sized amount of tretinoin. And what you're wanting to do is kind of, we go sort of just in this sort of area here, this U shape, I guess. So we're going under the eye and all the way to the corners of the eye. We're not going around the eyelids. That's a completely separate thing, and I would not advise normally using tretinoin on the eyelids unless we were treating a specific concern, and then the protocol is usually different for that. And then what we tend to do is, after doing that, then apply another layer of a rich moisturizer or a balm on top of that, so it's sandwiched between these. So that's kind of protecting it, but also very importantly, it's locking in the moisture. So tretinoin can be very drying to the skin at the best of times. The skin under the eyes is really unforgiving, so if it dries, it may look worse than it did for a period. So if you imagine, if you have flakiness in the under eye area or skin that's a bit dry, it'll look more wrinkled, it'll look like it's poorer quality, it'll look more uneven, so we want to avoid that. And then the other thing that I generally do is get my patients, if we're doing under the eyes, to follow a gradual process. So we're not going to start lightly, we're going to start gently and work our way up, and this depends from patient to patient. For people that are already on a high dose of tretinoin and they're tolerating it in the rest of the face, but they haven't used it in the under eyes yet, again, we're more likely to start with a low strength and build up or change the protocol, because what you don't want to do is, for example, in the under eyes that have never seen tretinoin before, maybe not even seen a retinol before, start with a higher strength tretinoin there. That's a recipe for disaster. So what we tend to do is just gradually build up to that, or again, it varies from patient to patient, but I guess the general thing I want to hit home is a lot of caution is needed. Slow and steady wins the race with tretinoin and with most skin care. You want to at first do no harm, and then you want to use something that's strong quite reasonably and just gradually build up with time the tolerance of your skin to it. And don't worry, you won't see results for any of this stuff straight away, but what you will see them even more slowly if you irritate the skin and then you have to spend time repairing it, or maybe you even end up ruling out the option. And so if you are thinking of using tretinoin in the under eye area, please speak to your doctor first, or if you're not currently on tretinoin, see a medical practitioner, because it's really important that they can give you a protocol that will suit you, that they know your skin will tolerate. Now, I've said some of the dangers and the risks and the unpleasant things, but tretinoin is really one of the most powerful anti-aging and just general topical skin treatments. And so, you know, in patients that use it and they use it with the right protocol and tolerate it well, they do see great improvements. So there are improvements with lines and wrinkles, there are improvements with the skin quality, brightening the under eye area. So it's great, and that little trick, sandwiching with the moisturizer, helps also improve hydration, and you know, you end up having kind of one of the most luxurious eye creams, something you can't buy. But again, with caution, with a very patient, slow approach, people do see, you know, my patients do see great results with that approach. And so I guess this is trying to keep my videos a little bit short and sweet. I don't know how I'll do, but trying. I hope you found this video useful. I've put some links below to the blog post, which is a little bit more detailed about using tretinoin in the under eye area, so please check it out. And also check out our tretinoin guide, our guide to tretinoin video, if you want to learn more about tretinoin. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. And until next time, stay beautiful.